After a night of intense rain in the village of Yelmpton near Plymouth, Alan Frame found himself trapped in his house.
I was leaning out of the bedroom window, so waving to the emergency service, just trying to get help. It's the man in the green shirt, that's me.
And what the villagers want to know is this.
So why was the jet stream in the wrong position?
Very good question. Twist it with me a little bit. So I want to go over towards North America. That's it, that's it. There we go. And I want to take you to the sea here, where we know the temperature of the sea here is higher than normal, and it has been for quite a while. The theory is that because the sea is warmer than normal, the jet stream doesn't get that push north and actually will end up further south and take those weather systems across the UK.
So if you influence the origin of the jet stream, it's a bit like waving a long stick. You can have a big effect at the end of the jet stream, moving it away or onto the UK.
And the interesting thing is, we've seen this before in the 1950s.
Where does all the bad weather come from?
The North Atlantic sea temperature went up in a similar way, and at the same time there was a corresponding series of wet summers. That is one theory. Another theory relates to Arctic sea ice. You may have seen the reports this year about the fact that the sea ice melted to a degree that we've never recorded before. It was that low.
One of the suggestions is that that change in the amount of Arctic sea ice has led to shifts in the position of the jet stream and then to changes in the kind of weather we get in the UK.
But of course what we really want to know is, what are the summers going to be like in the future? Well, it depends which of those two theories has the most effect.
It's the relationship between those two and which is strongest that will determine what happens next. But in principle, if the North Atlantic warming reverses, then it could be that we flip into the opposite regime and have hot, dry summers in a decade or two from now.
But what if it's the second theory, the melting of the Arctic ice, which is the dominant factor? What happens then?
We think that the decline in Arctic sea ice is part of man-made climate change. So as the globe warms up, the amount of Arctic sea ice is just declining. And if it's that that's dominating the position of the jet stream, then we're kind of going into uncharted waters. And we're kind of going into a position where maybe, you know, the weather that we're experiencing during summer might be starting to change.